I wanted to come on and just have a little conversation with you about some of the thoughts that I've had today and previously. Today is my birthday, and I'm going to be completely honest and vulnerable with you that holidays and birthdays can be hard. I don't think anybody really ever talks about that. We talk about, especially as women, we often feel that holidays and birthdays, we're supposed to go all out for everyone. We're supposed to be happy. It's supposed to be a joyous time, but there's often a lot of emotions that come with it, especially if you have this unrealistic expectation in your head that we are supposed to do all the things, make all the cupcakes, be on all the time. And we can feel like a failure. We can have shame. We can have guilt, grief for what we don't have, grief for what we want. And so I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my journey with that, just because sometimes it helps to feel that we're not alone, that we're not the only ones feeling that way. And that it helps that we don't feel alone, right? Connection is healing. And so for me, I know that I always thought that I was supposed to be the mom or the wife that always kind of did all the things, make sure that you had all the birthday gifts, you had Christmas, you went all out, you did all the decorating, those kinds of things. Make sure your kid had the birthday party, those types of things. And as I've started to get older and watch how things unfold and also take stock in how I'm feeling in those times, I realized that I was supposed to be happy, so I was putting on the face and I was doing a lot of pretending, and they weren't joyous moments all the time. That's not to say that there weren't moments of joy, but I was living through someone else. As I've said before, I was living in what I thought everyone expected me to be. I often talk about Mother's Day. Mother's Day is harder for me now after we've lost our daughter, but Mother's Day was hard even before then, because we had this, I had this hallmark idea of what it was supposed to look like and feel like, and it often fell short. It was nothing that someone else did or didn't do. It was that I had this view of what it should look like. And it often ended in tears on my part away from everyone else, thinking, man, they must not really love me because they didn't do X, Y, and Z, or they didn't show up. Well, I often didn't tell them what I wanted or I needed. And to be completely honest, I often didn't know what I wanted, but I just wanted it to be on, right? Or wanted to feel loved that day, feel taken care of, and things like that. And actually, it was several years ago, I saw a veteran woman come on and basically say, I'm tired of being let down because I actually let myself down. I didn't tell anybody. I was expecting everybody to read my mind and know what I wanted and how I was feeling, but I would pretend. And so how would they know any different? And so she said, I stopped doing that and I started doing things for myself. So when it's my birthday, I throw the party. I tell people this is what we're going to do, instead of hoping that someone will choose to show up for me in the way that I wanted or needed. And so I took stock in that. And that's something that I really, it really resonates with me. For example, somebody said, what are you going to do for yourself today? Well, several years ago, as I started to make those changes, I started to do things for myself in the realm of self-care and soul care every month. Sometimes I'm better at it than others, but last week I actually scheduled a facial. I hadn't had one in probably close to a year, and I did that for myself. Even though I know that this week was my birthday, it was me doing something for myself. So that was the gift. The other thing was looking for what I wanted out of the day. Did I want it to be quiet? Did I want it to be noisy? Did I want it to be shared with people? Did I want it to be time spent with myself? And I think a lot of times those of us that are people pleasers or high functioning codependents, we are always taking stock on what everyone else wants of us. And I have started to stop doing that. I'm still working on it. I'm still in recovery of that, but choosing to say, no, I really don't want to do that, or I'll get back to you. And me giving myself that time and space to think about what I really do want. Do I want to spend time with others, or do I not? And like I said earlier, what do I want? And so, and realizing they don't have to be big things. So for today, for me, I used to love Slim Jims, and my body would show it. And so several years ago, I decided to say I'd give it to myself once a year on my birthday. And so today I got myself some Good and Plenty, a Slim Jim, and a Diet Mountain Dew. So sugar overload and probably enough, non-goodness for a while, but I allow myself to have it once a year, and so I call that's okay, and especially on my birthday. So I just want people to know that you don't, my expectations often fell short because I wasn't honest with myself what I wanted, and I wasn't honest with the others in my life to tell them what I wanted or needed and how I was asking them to show up. So I've often said that about other things. If we think someone's going to come along and fix us or things like that, we're going to be waiting for a long time because no one's coming. So if we want to change how we feel in some of those situations, or all of the time, we have to be the one to step forward. So today I chose me, and I chose certain things that I could do that would make me feel happy. I haven't even had it yet. This is going to be my dessert for the day. So, but choosing you first, choosing what you want it to look like. Just because someone else's birthday party or their birthday, they make it a birthday month or a birthday week, whatever. Or other people like it to be quiet. Everybody gets to choose. So don't forget that. It's good to feel loved and be remembered, but it's even better when we choose how we want that to happen. So don't forget to say what you need and ask for what you want, because a lot of times people they really want to know how they can show up best for you. Some days I want to have lots of people around me. Other days I found to find solace in the quiet, and I used to be so afraid of the quiet because then I was actually hearing what was in here. And so I encourage you to do that for yourself. How do you want those holidays, those birthdays? How do you want them to look? And there's no right or wrong answer. It's just dependent upon what you want. And maybe last year you wanted a big party, and this year you just want to be by yourself, or you want to be with a few people. And I'm encouraging you to be brave and say what you need and want in that. So this year, there's a lot of differences. We're empty nesters, so we don't have extras at home, but my boy called me and texted me and Snapchatted me, so I'm gonna call that a win. My husband went and cut flowers out of our yard and put them in a jar for me to enjoy. And it's those small things, just being remembered, texts, things like that. But also, how did I show up for me? How did I make this day special in remembering that it's my birthday? And the other thing is, though, for me to remember, because sometimes I get kind of cranky around birthdays because we are missing someone special to spend them with, is that I'm reminded that it's a blessing to have birthdays. Growing older is for the lucky. Growing older is for those that we've gotten to get past certain places or points in time that others weren't so lucky. And so even though we might have some different feelings about that, so feel those, but I also want to have time for gratitude and be grateful that I had those memories with those people that were so close to me and I loved very dearly, and also feel blessed for the things that I have yet to come and all the years that I've been on this earth. So hopefully I gave you some food for thought today. And if you were one of those people that wish me happy birthday, a text, a phone call, or a Facebook message, or just you thought of me today, thank you for that. And also thank you for respecting me and my choices as to how I want to show up for myself and how I want to show up for others. Because you know what, it's okay to say, I'm not going to be able to show up at your birthday. I'm thinking about you, but today's just not a good day for me. For those of us that have some of those hard moments that holidays and birthdays bring. So don't forget to give yourself grace when you need it. So maybe even today is your birthday. So I wish you a happy birthday and know that someone's thinking about you today. So, all right, everyone, have a great day. Thanks for joining me.